Today we're painting a custom color, and this is what my customer sent me, and it is called the Purple Ghost. Looks like it's a Rapala X-Wrap, possibly pattern. Got it printed on paper, so we're going to do our best to match that. I've looked online, you know, and that's a pretty good representation of it. Don't really know if the belly's white or if it's got a little bit of that yellow in it, but we're going to do the best we can. So we got a custom paint purple perch coming up on an S crank. And so pretty simple pattern we got. We've got our base coat on. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to come in and lay down a light layer of the yellow. And we're going to leave the belly white. And I'm going to leave some white up here at the shoulders too. Being that I do not have this lure in hand, all I can do is kind of go by the pick. And that's how I'm interpreting that. And we're going to dye all this down, and I'll give you the yellow I'm using. We've got 3 or 4 of these to paint, and I'm not going to bore you with every one of them, but again, just the midsection of the bait in this particular yellow, and being it's a shad pattern, we got somebody coming home here. We're going to do something to help this candy pop. Adding a little bit of this sealer silver to the top half. Giving you a little bit of a look. I'm not sure if the camera is going to pick that up as well as the eye does, but that silver sealer underneath this candy, we're using a candy magenta. I'll go ahead and show you that one. Really looks good. But I do think this is a little darker, and so I'm going to darken that back up just a little bit. But first, before we darken the back, we've got to have some pearl. It's a shad pattern. I want it done kind of mute that yellow that I sprayed earlier. But the big thing is get that pearl white on that belly. Just misting that sides a little bit. Just to mute it a little bit. We'll add a little bit more pearl white. I wasn't going to show you all these, but what the heck. That pearl white will really pop. Now, let's go down and darken the back up just a little bit with that. A little bit darker purple. And I hate to hide some of that candy look, but looking at that picture, and again, it may be the way it's printed. We'll just go a little bit darker, a little bit shade, a little stripe down the middle. And maybe if the customer watches this back, he would have requested to leave the candy. I think it'd have been a good look, but I want to try to get it as close as I can to what that original may have been. If I had to bait, I know I could get right to it. So that looks really good. Now I'm going to come back over. It looks like on this one I kind of muted that yellow a little too much. And we're just going to go right down the lateral line of that one. Well, that one's, I think, pretty good. Yeah, really good. Do a quick heat set and see where we're at. Put a little more white. Let's see, on this one, we're going to have to paint some eyes. We may do that off camera. I want to keep this video kind of short, but anyway, guys, let me know what you think. In comparing the two, we're going to get our super gel out. A little speck of that. And we lay in our eye. Man, I don't know, I like it. This one looks a little darker, but again, it's printed on paper. I think it's got a great look. In fact, if I had to bait, then I know we would get super close. So I like it. I'll send the customer some pics of this, and he can either agree, or if he wants me to darken it up a bit, I'll do just that. This is custom work by Green Country Baits. Colors that went into this pattern, I used an iridescent yellow. After the base coat, we toned that down with pearlized white and to get a good pearl bottom. We then come over the top half and a little bit of the shoulders with a silver silver, which makes this candy magenta really pop. And over the top of that, we added a little fluorescent purple to the top of to the back to darken that center up. So there's your colors for you guys that want an identical match to what I did here today. Appreciate you stopping in and watching the channel. Make sure you stay around to the end. We're going to do some pictures of this, and if the customer wants me to darken that a little bit, you'll notice that in the pictures. So until next week, guys, Green Country Baits, we're signing out.